hot like this, I get hangry or
Hangry.
yeah.
Yo, we live.
Yeah.
They can hear us behind. They can hear us behind
Hungry.
the. They can hear us
Hungry.
behind the scenes. All
Yeah, it's
right.
time for dog today.
I guess they ready. They ready for us. Let's go. Yes, you are tuned into the Beef and Broccoli Show. If you can see them little things down there, that is the Instagram, the Facebook, all that good stuff. I'm Doggie Diamonds. I ain't got on no shades tonight. I don't feel like doing it. I'm just
Not
moving the
today.
light. Yeah, not tonight. I don't feel like doing it. I'm Doggie Diamonds. I got to
We have
work out
time
when
for
we get
all
off.
that talking.
I got to work out when we get off. That's why I got on my workout attire. You are.
I can't even work out in this weather. My name is Cocoa Puff.
Okay.
I can't even see the screen anymore.
How you
Oh,
can't see the.
hi, I'm Peter
I'm
Simone.
about to say, what the hell? You don't even know who you are?
No,
And
I couldn't see the screen anymore. I was trying to get the chat box popping.
yeah, we are the
Yeah,
beef.
that's what I'm about to do too. I gotta
We
get
are
in.
the Beef and Broccoli Show. This
All
show.
that time you was taking, I couldn't get myself
I was
situated.
talking on the phone. I have people that I gotta correspond with on a day-to-day basis. So,
I'm that person I'm trying to see too, you know what I'm saying?
so we are the Beef and Broccoli Show. Um, Talk about topics that's going on. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. We appreciate you. We support you.
Yeah, they
Also,
be like clockwork. Hey y'all.
yeah. So, what's going on? What's going on in the world of entertainment? Davita, what's happening?
Um, so we want to set it off with the first topic of Shanquella.
Yeah, let's do that. Hmm.
Mhm.
So Shanquella Robinson, I don't know if everybody's familiar, but she had went on a trip to Mexico with her friends, and her friends came back and she did not make it back, and they said that she died, I think from food poisoning or something. I really don't remember that part of
But
this.
then there's like video of her getting beat up.
Facts.
Right. So then the video came out of her getting beat up, and Mexico said that when they did the autopsy that her spine was broken. Well,
Wow.
US did another autopsy and they're basically saying that her spine was not broken and they're not even bringing charges against the friends after the video.
Well, I don't know I mean, and this is not me trying to make any kind of light of it, but what are the legalities of charging the friends in the US for what they did in Mexico? Like, does it work like that?
See, that was I
Oh,
think that's the conflicting part because
Yeah.
it's almost sadly it seems like whatever happens in Mexico stays in Mexico, right? Like
Right.
whatever you did, and then they would have to be in conjunction. Then you would have to have them, the FBI, and all that. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, that is a young black woman. They're not going to do all of that because there's too much money and resources. So they're gonna be like, "Whoop, whatever they said happened, we did something different." So basically, like I titled it, there's not going to be any justice for her, and I think the people should,
that's sad.
yeah, the
That's so
people,
sad. Like that's unfortunate because especially after the video, like a lot of people are in the comments like she needs street justice. But at this point, I'm agreeing because like they violated her
I love
and it
street
just left
justice.
her and then it was at the mama house. Like it's just too wild for me. Like
Yeah, the story was just so fishy. How
It just is
yeah, it
weird.
was just
The
weird.
whole-
Like it was so
yeah.
much inconsistencies in the story, and we really don't know what happened in that situation. But we did the thing that we bear witness to was very, very heinous and bad. Not only
Mhm.
that, what
right.
didn't we see? Right? Because if we
Right.
saw that and it's bad, what didn't we see? So you gotta watch your friends. And then when we get the story, they're saying that she didn't even know them like that. She only really knew one of them. So
That's why I would never go on a trip with people I don't like. I've been on a trip
I,
once with friends of a friend and it ended bad and I learned my lesson. I would never do that again.
I've done it before, but what I realize is that some people just aren't really good travel companions, even if they're good here. A lot of people, some people just really, I don't know, sometimes it's like that isolation or just being in certain situations. I have gone on trips where, and I'm a pretty even keeled person. Like for the most part, I'm pretty chill.
Right.
So to even find myself in a situation where somebody's on some drama type time, it's like how did we even get here? You know?
yeah,
Right.
go all the way to Mexico and then y'all want to fuck me up. Like, what
Yeah,
are
it doesn't, I don't
Just getting
we
back
even
from
get
Mexico.
doing?
it.
See my tan?
Yeah, yeah.
How,
All that, all you know why, right? All that riffing she did last week. Look at the end result. It was worth it. And for what it's worth, too, Davita's a Pisces too. I don't know what that means, but you're a Pisces.
We spicy a little bit.
Yeah.
It take a special kind of person to deal with me, and he's
Yes.
different.
I'm a Libra, and Doggie hates Libras.
I don't fuck with Libras.
I mean, Koku, you're like one of the few because me and Libras bump heads.
Yeah,
I mean,
like I dated. Listen, I dated like 3 Libras in a row. If y'all watching this, well, one of them passed away. Rest in peace to her. But the other 2, something happened to y'all. Y'all don't get no rest in peace. Fuck y'all.
I've been a Libra before.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that shit just don't. And I'm not even into all the sun, moon, stars, quasars, and all. I ain't into all that shit. But I know if I don't know nothing else, them 2 broads, mother made them, mother had them,
Mother fuck them.
So, all right.
I mean, I don't do the sun, moon, star things where it's like it specifically determines how I look at personality, because there's so many things that go into why a person is who they are. Mm-hmm. But it does kind of, some things it does inform certain things. Like I really do think about like the mathematics of everything, like the time you were born, the placement of the sun, things like just like literally thinking about that stuff. I think I can see where there's some of that, but then there's also like how you're reared, right? So you can't like go by, oh, this Libra is going to be cool because they were born on the East Coast at this. Like it's just not gonna,
7 in the morning.
That's why I just universally just make them all eat a dick. Like it doesn't matter what time you were born. It doesn't matter, if you were fucking C-section or you were natural birth. Just fuck all y'all. Fuck all y'all. Let me. Huh? So no, but Coco's the rare one. Oh, Coco and my niece Alexis are the rare ones. I don't think your birthday's on the same day. You're what? October 8th. Your birthday is CL Smooth birthday is the same day, right?
Yeah, the birth of the child on the 8th of October.
Yeah. So, and my man, one of my dude that was in my group with me called Drama. But all right, but let's get back to this situation. So, when you don't get no justice, do you go to a higher court? Like, what are you supposed to do? Like, what do you do?
I was kind of thinking that maybe that this is something where they can bring up like a civil suit and then press them in a monetary way.
Broke ass people that was probably on broke ass people that was probably in Mexico or off a firm.
I mean, of course they're not going to have the money, but that looming overhead is the kind of thing that would greatly inconvenience you in other ways in your life. So it could be just a way of just finding a type of justice.
Someone said they have a warrant for her death in Mexico, but I don't know if that's going to matter.
Those people never have to come back.
They're never going to come to Mexico again.
I would never even go out the country. Like I'm here, bro. Like we'll find beaches out here. Like, but unfortunately,
unfortunate that they can't go to Mexico again.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Well, fuck them. They don't need to go nowhere. They
fuck them. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Damn, to not be like if they do have a warrant, that's.
So
she deserves justice though. So either way, like fuck them.
I think this is a story that should be paid more attention to, and the people and the parties involved should be put on blast. Like their names should be wrote on bathroom walls and newspaper ads should be taken out. So because she didn't get no justice, they shouldn't have no peace. No pun intended. No justice, no peace.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I find that in a lot of stories like this, like a lot of times people go, ain't nobody talking about this thing. And people always say, oh, ain't nobody talking about it. I really do feel very plainly and clearly that in this particular case, there is a very low visibility on what happened.
Yeah.
After the fact.
When it first happened, they were harassing people. They found people on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, like anywhere that their name was, you found them. Like they posted them originally, but like it died out obviously. But maybe people will hype it back up because obviously she's not getting no justice. So
and we're talking about it, right?
Twitter will go to war if they want to figure something out.
Yeah, we're talking about it because it starts with media platforms. It starts with us. When we could talk about superficial shit, we could talk about real stuff, and that's what topics are about, not just gossip. Sometimes justice has to come from the people. The people have to show that they want it.
Right.
And again, man, it's just an unfortunate situation.
People are just so cruel. Like,
and just at least for her parents, I hope that they get closure, because a lot of times when people die, you don't get closure, and that's one of the things that's not really happening in the community about anything closure. Like, you don't get no closure on shit. Motherfuckers be like, I don't fuck with them no more. Be like, what did I do? That's just it. You just gotta just live with we don't rock. And what is all this shit about? So rest in peace to
Currently
Shanquella.
going through that, actually, because my cousin was murdered this weekend, and it's like, wow, like people are just like so mean. Like, why would you just murder someone, take her away from her child? Like, it's just a cruel world we're living in. So
You know what? And me and
know.
my homeboy Tajo talk about this every day. Like, the world that we live in, I don't remember this world being like this. Like, is it?
I don't either, right?
I don't remember it being like that.
But I'm really thinking it's post-pandemic. I think that shit shifted the whole world, because it's like now people don't give a fuck. Like I remember when people cared, they cared about your friendship, they cared about your relationship. Now people are like, yo, look, fuck you. You know, and we're just cool not doing right by each other. We're just cool by not communicating. We're just cool by that. And it's like, well, when did this shit happen? Because I wasn't really ready for this shift in the culture. You know, it's just so heartless now. And then it's like, well, I got to do me. I got to look out for myself. And I think being a damn empath, I can't adapt to it. You know, I still cater to people. I still want to make sure you're all right, even if I'm not okay. And everybody else like, shit, nigga, you got to figure it out. Even I don't care what you did for me. I don't care how you looked out for me. You got to figure it out. Go ahead, Coco.
But I was just going to say, I mean, a lot of that is also shifted and shaped by the fake sort of like narratives on social media. And so the I'ma do me stuff becomes something that's probably not even really happening that way in real life. But these people are taking on these personalities, and it's become something where like a lot of the stuff that you watch right now or take in, like it's just complete negativity.
Facts.
Complete negativity. Yeah.
And but I agree with you, Doggie, about like the pandemic, like heightening this stuff. Because look at all school killings. Like, look at there was just a shooting in Kentucky. There was a shooting in Florida. It's like, I think people were just going crazy in the house, and then they came outside and they like, let me just start doing crazy shit. Like, I don't know.
Davida, this is a sidebar. Don't you have Ethiopian friends?
What does that have to do with what we talking about?
No.
We're not about to do that today. We're not going to
listen, everybody knows. Coco knows it. East African. I love East African women.
But how are we talking about people? And you're talking about
it was just an epiphany. It just hit me.
Like,
I was just
getting turned on at death or something. Like, what the
we're
hell
not
is
getting
going
turned on. It was Coco said it was listen, no, because we had a sidebar and she was saying she's African-y. So that's what happened. So it just registered. The way my brain works, I got like
I'm talking about people getting killed in Kentucky and you talking about Ethiopian. I don't think I got no Ethiopian. They're Eritrean.
So it's not a bunch of East Africans, period, in New York. You're gonna see that more like in DC and Atlanta.
Well, I'm going to DC. But anyway, yeah. So okay, moving right along. Jamie Foxx. What the hell happened to Jamie Foxx? Does anybody know?
Well, they said today he had a stroke, actually. But it was
but they're being very vague about it. They were saying that there was like, I guess, complications from something, but we don't really know what's going on. But I did notice that like his family made a statement like, okay, you know, he's suffered from something. And then like one of those platforms that's just like, you know, that's kind of gossipy more so than like straight ahead news starts getting to, since his daughter, and I really don't even remember the platform. Since his daughter reported on it, you guys should know it's a stroke. And it's kind of like, that's not exactly what she said. And now we all know something that she may not have necessarily wanted us to know in that way.
Yeah.
We got a new subscriber. Her name is Anusha, I believe. If I mispronounced your name, I apologize. But thank you for being a new subscriber.
Hey.
These ladies are here every Thursday with me, so everybody get in tune here. And then we're moving soon. Like in another 2 episodes, we're moving to the channel.
Nettie said that she has her wine, but I can't. It's too hot for wine today.
It's so hot. No, I can't do it.
I can't do it today. It's too hot.
Nah, I can't drink when it's like crazy hot. Like that is just that's miserable.
So this is the thing. I remember at a particular time, strokes it was an age group or certain ailments that made people have strokes. I've never seen people in their 50s, 40s have so many strokes. What the hell is going on?
How old is Jamie Foxx really though?
That nigga might be 89. That
Now
nigga-
he's really he's been around a long time, and I know he
Like,
does
pretty big.
the Bigen beard stuff now. I'm about to look it up now, and hairline. But that man's been around a long time. I mean, he's 55 years old. That's what it says.
Yeah, but you don't. But they don't have strokes. You don't have strokes at 55 like that. You're 55, you're not having a
like
stroke.
that. And
I
then
don't
he's
know.
shooting some movie or something. Like his daughter was intentionally being vague and she asked for privacy. And I think it was Gossip in the City or Gossip of the City. I
Something
forgot how
like
to
that.
pronounce the
Yeah,
platform.
that just kind of like
She
went a
just
little bit
announced
deeper.
that it was a stroke.
Yeah.
And I'm like, granted, like I think everybody was wondering like what happened, but like they just be announcing shit and it just be like, damn, like she
Yeah,
really
because
wanted
it was just out of
privacy.
nowhere. But this is my thing, Davida. Like you having strokes in the 50s, you in your 50s. He's always been relatively in great shape. So what I could
Good shape.
see,
Yeah.
so it's not anything physical. Because you see somebody that might be overweight,
Yeah.
diabetic, blood pressure,
Well,
different things
it
give
could
people
be some stuff is like they call blood pressure like the sort of the
silent killer.
silent killer, right? Then there's also things like with the intensity of a regimen that you would have, like to be as in shape as Jamie Foxx says, that could be something that has to do with the heart. There's so many different things that you can outwardly look like you're in really great shape, but whatever's going on internally just cannot handle the pressures and the intensity of what you're doing to your body.
You don't want to hear my theory.
Right.
Yeah, I don't want to hear my theory.
I know you're not gonna say Illuminati.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you. My theory is that not putting it on him,
Yeah.
but I think a lot of people are falling ill and having things because they, rock with that. Tony Montana. I think a lot of people, unfortunately,
Please don't ever do that again.
no, for real. I think, unfortunately, a lot of people suffer from substance abuse in silence, and
Yeah.
it's just a bad batch out there. Like, there's no way you're going to
Yeah.
get high in these days and times and be well. The Fenty is up in everything.
And everything.
And people are popping bad pills under the,
Yeah.
everything is black market. And when I see people fall to certain ailments and sickness, I'm like, nah,
Like,
because
what's the
Maybe that's
story?
why his daughter wanted it to be private because it was probably more to the story. But like that wasn't our place to be like,
yeah.
oh, he had a stroke and she didn't
So
want
why
to
tell
know.
us anything then? Right?
Right.
Why tell us anything? We didn't have to know
I mean,
shit.
sometimes, especially at that level of fame, you kind of got to get a little bit ahead of the story too, because people
Sorry,
just gonna
I was
spin it
gonna
any
say
kind of way, and somebody gonna leak it to TMZ, and it's like you want to be able to tell the story the way you want to. So I can understand why she would do it, and also it's kind of like when somebody says, I mean, I don't want to make light in terms of Jamie's situation, but somebody's like, hey y'all, pray for my family. I can't tell you what it is right now, but I need your prayers. I
I'd be
don't
like,
know.
yeah, like that's a disingenuous.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not praying for something I don't understand.
Yeah,
You
because
know
he
what
could
I'm
be
saying?
be a
So
devil worshiper or something like that. Like we
you
not
don't even
doing
know
it.
what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be. I'm not gonna do that. Without a little bit more information. Now, I'm not necessarily. I don't think that I'm entitled to the information, but it's kind of just one of those things. Like, okay, positive vibes only, I suppose. But
People ask
sometimes
me
you
for
gotta.
prayers. You better let me know what I'm praying for, because this motherfucker could have just ate the dog or something like that and been sick from it,
Yeah,
and be like, pray for
yeah,
him. Like, no, But I did want to say, I wanted to highlight this. Not saying him, but I think a lot of people that we don't know suffer from more substance abuse problems than we know, and that is really affecting our community because one of our first shows was what Michael K. Williams, right? Just him just
yeah.
dying, and we're just
Bad.
watching people just dying, right? And we're just watching people falling ill and just going through sickness, and we like, well, what the hell just happened? He just ran a marathon, and how could you have a heart attack or a stroke? Not to mention, no, I ain't gonna lie, stress is the biggest killer, and we're all stressed the fuck out. So we have to find a medium to reduce our stress. And I could imagine he would be in a stressful situation because of his life, but to have a stroke, if you really look up what a stroke is, that shit is not just, it ain't in the bodega. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't no shit that everybody could go, let me get a stroke and shit. Nah, it ain't nothing like that. Like, you really.
And then strokes like affect your life. Like it's not
After.
just like dealing with that one time. Like it's gonna be if you survive it, it's a continuous battle. Like my grandfather had a stroke, and then he continuously had miniature stroke afterwards. Still to this day has miniature strokes, and you don't like it doesn't affect him in like as bad, but like my grandma knows when he's having one. So like, hopefully that's not Jamie Foxx's case where he continuously will have them, because that's
and that can be a really long battle in terms of the physical therapy necessary to get back to your 100%,
And,
if at
and
all.
then he has to live with not being Jamie Foxx anymore.
Yes, exactly.
That's what happened to Luther. Rest in peace. Remember, he had the major stroke, and he couldn't sing no more. So now, as we know it, you're not Luther Vandross anymore. You're the shell of yourself, and then you have to live with that. Then people have to live with you not being Luther. Then you might see yourself and be like, "Damn, I used to sing my ass off." So it's a lot, But it's something to do with what we eat, what we drink, what we consume, who you're around, who you talk to. The food is horrible.
There's so much processed food out there, and it's almost like, it's almost impossible to eat clean because of the price difference. So for a lot of people, they'll choose the worst food options just to survive.
Yes, because
you're paying like $13 for organic this and that,
And you could get a chicken box with like 10, 20 pieces of chicken, you know what I'm saying, to eat off that for a few days. It's like a salad should never cost more than a piece of chicken. Water should never cost more than soda. Yeah, like a water, like it's really bad. And sometimes we eat for convenience. We're on the go, we're moving, it's fast. That's why it's called fast food. And it's times you can't really prep. So that's why I think sometimes I just drink so many smoothies and liquid and shit, because I'm like, yo, I can't eat that, man. Like, it's gonna fuck me off. And then when with the food that you consume, people don't even realize that how it affects you, because you see people with bad skin. And they don't realize, man, that's just shit you eat. It's coming out of your face. And they be a pause. Yeah. And then they be like, yo, I don't know why. I'm like, yo, it's
like crazy. Last week I found out one of my old coworkers, he's 31. He just found out he got stage 4 cancer, colon cancer. And they said the cause of it, first of all, he's too young to have colon cancer. But when I was researching like the cause of it, it was talking about processed meats. And like, I remember like he used to eat a lot of hot dogs. And then on top of that, we're in the Army, we eat MREs and stuff like that. So like, because his lifestyle, he shouldn't have it. But if you think of the diet aspect of it, to your point, it's like, you have to be careful what you're eating these days, because
I think even beyond that, like, people don't realize how food can contribute even to your mental health. It's about your overall wellness. So if you're eating stuff like that, it weighs on you, and it does contribute to you just not feeling good, even mentally healthy, beyond not being in good shape.
Yeah, because you think about it,
water and stuff, my energy is down too.
Because they give babies a bag of cheese doodles, and when you look at the sodium in it, that little 5-year-old body just took in, because the serving size says 3 servings, but one serving is 320 milligrams of sodium. So you have to times the 320. So you just gave a baby 900 milligrams of sodium. Then you gave them some juice to wash it down with this sugar. And then you be like, sit your ass down. How can they? Their body is wired, tripping right now. They are wired, so we have to really be more aware that in good health is good. First of all, it's good mental health, because the mind controls the body. And sometimes when you eat, eat emotionally, or you undereat, or you overeat. Sometimes when you're hungry, you're really thirsty, and your body can't tell the difference between hunger and thirst. We think when our mouth is dry, we're thirsty. No, sometimes you just need something. And when people ask me, yo, how you lose weight and all that shit, I be like, yo, because I don't eat like a fucking pig all day. Like, sometimes I just drink. I might eat 1 meal a day. I have my little snacks or whatever the case may be, but it's always like a weird ass healthy snack that you might not like. What I did was I learned to get past taste. I eat for nourishment, right? Fuck how it tastes. I know once a day, I'm gonna eat something that I love good. I mean, that tastes good. But over the course of the day, I'm going to graze on shit that's just doing the job, just giving me enough caloric intake so that I don't fall out. And that's it. But I know once a day, this shit gonna be slamming. But over the course of the day, I might just grab this, grab that, and you be like, damn, how could you eat that? And it's like, listen, man, I'm just trying to have some calories because I got to work out. I probably burned 500 to 600 calories, but I only intook maybe 1,700. So my body is really only on 12. You know, so when you're in a caloric deficit, that's how you lose weight. But like everything, we
You're
eat.
drinking a lot of water, even if you drink.
But see,
eating better.
Davida, you know what people say? I do drink a lot of water. No, you chug a lot of water.
Yeah.
Water drinking is over the course of the day. It's not go. Yeah, I just drink a lot of water. Because what you're gonna do is you drink that water and that you're gonna go pee. So so now it's gone. And you definitely have to have some type of supplement regimen too, where because you need to learn what your body needs. You know, you need to go get some blood work. You might be iron deficient. You might have different things. So you need to know what your body thinks. Because people are like, what you take? I can't tell you what to take.
Yeah, it's not going to be the same.
Yeah, I can't tell you what to take. Me, I'm anemic. So I know I need iron-rich food. I know I need beans. I know I need different things. If I tell you to take that, too much iron could hurt you. But enough of this healthy shit. But it is the beef and broccoli show. Well, so we,
right. We talking beef and broccoli.
Yeah, we talking food. Yeah, and the people, because people be saying go vegan and all that shit. Listen, man, nigga like me, I ain't giving up no chicken for nobody.
But that also just may not work for the person, you know.
Yeah, because they start looking like a damn cancer patient. You know what I'm saying? You see their face be all sunken and shit. Nah, I like chicken.
There's a book that it says your blood type, you're supposed to eat certain things.
Eat right for your haplotype.
I can believe that.
Yeah.
So like, but then me, I can have a lot of red meat with my blood type, but someone else with a different blood type is not supposed to have that. So
I never ate red meat as a child. I just never wanted it. So a lot of my diet did sort of skew more vegetarian, except for the chicken every once in a while. But as I've gotten older, I do have to incorporate some, you know. So it's more plant-based for sure, but I do have to incorporate some. And one of the problems that I have been told, because I do the blood work and everything, and I even found out all the stuff I was allergic to. But one of the problems that I have is that I don't eat enough, and that makes me retain the weight. So there's different ways to
because your body is fat storage.
Exactly.
So the more you eat,
I hated drinking water. I hated drinking water.
The more you eat, the more you eat in small portions, your body will say, okay, we can release this because we're about to get more. When you don't eat enough, your body says, hold on, I got to keep this because I'm not being fed. Yeah. So it's and then the only thing is that if you don't eat a lot and you work out, you could kind of be okay because then your body will start burning the fat before it burns the muscle.
Yeah.
So it's a science.
Big Mars said, if you're not shitting every day, that's a problem. I don't do that though.
No, you have to shit every day.
No, fam.
I just had this conversation with my man for real because I'm like, that's normal for me though. I talked to the doctor.
Fam,
it's not normal. No,
it's not normal.
Doctor about it because I was I thought I was weird, but I mean, also I don't drink. Like I was about to say, I wasn't a person to drink a lot of water. It wasn't until I got into my relationship and I see like all he has is fucking water, and it's like, okay, I have to start drinking more water.
All I drink is water and BCAAs. No, but I could tell you, but I could tell you how to. If you have an issue with that, you can do stuff like drink psyllium husk. You know, you just need more fiber. That's all. You could get up in the morning, eat more apples, incorporate a lot of fibrous foods, and it is especially if you eat like any leafy shit. Like if you eat a salad and if you eat a salad and you don't shit after a salad, you're dying, fam. It's just over. Just let me. Yeah, I got a colonoscopy before too. You gotta do all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So they
probably should lower it now because the age of colon cancer is getting lower and lower.
Yeah.
Also, you know, there's a particularly scary thing to me that I think about because my parents are immigrants. There's a lot that I wouldn't necessarily know about my family history, right? Like no one, you know, is figuring out things that historically have been wrong. We don't talk about those kinds of things, you know, like you don't know anything. So there's things that could happen that I just have to I have to be on top of.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, we stay here.
Right? I was like, what happened to his camera?
I know, right?
What you were saying, go ahead.
No, I just think that it's just, you know, it's important like to just be on top of your health and just try to figure out because whenever I go to the doctor, they ask me about family history. There's very few things that I can know generationally because I'm not in Africa. So, You know, there's things that people aren't, you know, necessarily aren't talking about.
Right.
So yeah, but yeah, somebody's saying in here too, apples. I love apples, and yeah, lemon water is good, but I don't like lemon water. I've never liked it. So
I
I'll
like
just drink.
water.
I'll just drink plain water. But one thing I'll do is like if you don't have it around, then you don't have to drink it. Like I don't drink juice. I just keep water in the house. My real vice is Diet Coke, and it's so bad because it's just nothing.
But there's two things. There's two things. So reason why I left y'all, I went to show y'all. This is called psyllium husk. Look what it says.
Oh, okay.
Digestive.
Okay. Yeah, I've never used that.
It says digestive support and promotes regularity. You know, regularity is going to the bathroom. So you could drink this. I have this. I didn't even open it because I have no problem with regularity, but it was on sale, which I don't want to promote them. But for anybody who might need supplements, right now, Vitamin Shop is having a semi-annual sale. Buy one, get the other one 50% off. So you could take psyllium husk as well as drinking a lot of water. And as well as it's very, very essential that many people don't do. Probiotic is very, very good for you.
I take up every day, and that still don't go right. That's what's crazy.
You like kombucha? You like kombucha?
I like kombucha.
Kombucha. Whatever. I say kombucha. I'm a nigga. You know what I'm saying? But drink that. Yeah.
I like kombucha.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say is, so like me, I have breast cancer runs in my family. So I have set up to get my genes run to see if I have any cancer genes. So if anyone has the opportunity, I would recommend doing so. Especially if you have like cancer running in your family, like my mother has it, my grandmother both my grandmothers had it. So like I have a higher chance of getting it. So I'm trying to be more active and eat more healthy, but in the meantime, I'm going to get tested. So if y'all have that opportunity.
You got soursop? You got soursop? Get you some soursop.
No, my mom and she told my friend that has
Listen,
cancer.
all you had to do is talk to me. You know, I'm like, if you see my cabinet in there, you be like,
swear you know everything.
So how I mentioned something that your mother told you about?
No,
I was on this.
She told him to drink it, and I was like, "Oh,
drink you soursop."
Anyway, so
yeah, and they have all the teas, like the teas that they have right now. You would be like, wow, and you just get you some tea. Just don't do the honey, don't do the sugar either. You could do some stevia or agave. You could do either or.
Yeah,
you know, I'm more of a
stevia
person.
Stevia.
Yeah, I'm more of a stevia person.
And I take chlorophyll pills.
But you got to be careful.
I take my probiotics.
But be careful with pills because they take longer to go through your bloodstream. Just get you some water and put chlorophyll in and drink it, because if you don't drink that water a few days later, that bottle gonna smell like all hell broke loose. So just be careful with that.
And I mean, the other thing too, like with vitamins and things like that, like once you, like you said, find out what works for your body, anything that you don't need, you just piss it out.
Yeah. That's why your pee is so yellow.
Everybody's saying soursop. I'm definitely getting that.
I'm telling you. That's why I'm just saying, I'm just one of them people who, I'm not a health nut, because if I want me a piece of fried chicken, by all means, I'll go get me a piece of Bojangles if I feel like it. You know what I'm saying?
But you also know how to
I know how to moderate it. I know I know how to work out. I know how to drink, and I know how to cut. Like this is just some days where you don't have to eat anything. You know what I'm saying? You could just be fluids, do your teas. They have dietist teas. They have a lot of stuff that you could eat and drink, because I have to be careful sometimes, because in like 3-4 days, if I eat a certain way, I could lose like 10 pounds. So I'm like, whoa, slow the fuck down. That's just how my body is now from me being the way it was, you know. So definitely don't do no gummy vitamins. Don't do gummy vitamins at all. Anything gummies is bullshit.
I love gummy vitamins too.
It's bullshit. It's gelatin and sugar. That's all it really is.
Yeah, it doesn't taste like a sugar in it. Kennedy asked, do you guys think that the word diet is a misinformed term? I mean,
I think that's person specific. Like everybody
what the
trying
fuck
a
does
new
diet
diet
mean? Like is this something different? Well, I don't do dieting. I did a lifestyle change. It's a difference.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but
I think I've always naturally been like an intermittent faster anyway too. Like I'll eat within a window, and I'm not a snacker. Like in terms of like I don't get up at 3 a.m. and like stuff my face, you know. So food is not something that I have like a problem managing per se in terms of like what I eat. I just have to be better controlled at eating more often.
So you said Tennessee Williams said it was crazy for me. I would be taking multivitamins. It's not clear and it comes out yellow. So I'm like, it's working. That's not necessarily true. The yellow in your urine after you take a multivitamin most likely is the vitamin B, and you don't need most of it, so it just comes out. So vitamin B
Yep.
definitely comes out. That's what makes your pee yellow.
They gave me that for my migraines, and definitely every
it's the
time
B.
I
Yeah.
take those, my pee is darker.
Even
yellow.
migraines,
So, yeah.
you know what no help with migraines? Bananas.
Oh God, doggy, you swear you the whisperer. What's
Look,
up?
I used to have terrible migraines, but
Because I suffered.
hate
Listen,
bananas.
everything that y'all suffered from.
But I eat, but like everything you're telling me, I eat on a regular basis. Like I take yogurts,
well,
like I drink the yogurt and take probiotics.
When I take a banana, I break it. I do not put the banana to my lips and eat it like that.
It don't sound like you sound like
I break the banana. The kid be like, I ain't doing all that. All right, what else y'all got for us?
You was at Temptations eating bananas?
No, I was at Temptation. I wasn't eating no ass, but I was getting some there. And they had some stiff ass titties there too. That's the only thing that turned me off. But I will say that resort gave me the best tan I ever had. Something about that pool, yo, I was burnt when I left there. But
can you explain Temptations?
Temptation is an adult themed resort.
Wait, has anybody in the chat been to Temptations before we even explain?
They don't even know what Temptation is. It's Cancun, Mexico. It's an adult theme. The rooms are very, very nice. The food is okay. The food is not the greatest food, but it was good enough. I've been places where I was able to walk around a little bit more. So Temptations is not really a big walk around spot. That's the only thing that I didn't like about it.
Inside the resort, you mean?
No, inside you're good, but when you go outside, it's not big outside. Like it's not a big space. You know,
Starbucks across the street, and it's a mall down the block.
I didn't hear a word you said. Not a word. What'd you say?
I mean, I in this day and age, it probably is a little better to stay on a resort. You know, I do the all inclusive and I try to stay on the, in terms of like safety. And this is not a dig at Mexico necessarily. I mean, just this day and age, just stuff are just a little weird out there. But for the most part, when I go to a resort, I've never gone to like an adult themed in terms of what you're describing, but I do adults only resorts. I just think it's easier to not have to worry about like kids and just like mishaps and things like that.
Well,
this
if you
is
do,
definitely it's like a step above adults only.
Yeah, this is like you're gonna see new. It's new. It's basically like some heathenist
it's
shit.
A nudity.
Yeah.
If you're into swinging, it's that.
How come I didn't know that? I was there. I didn't know some swinging shit. What they had a little code or something like that? Some Illuminati.
I don't know. They just they approach who they want, whatever. If you're into that, but
I don't think I look approachable though. I don't think I look like a motherfucker gonna walk up to me and say, "Hey." Nah.
But whenever you hear about things with like swingers and things like that, it's never like these like gorgeous people that you see like on TV. Like you always hear about it. It's like these like
it's like fucking Ralph Cramden and fucking Ralph Cramden coming over. Hey, do you want to listen, Ralph? Don't get your fucking ribs broke. But
I mean, honestly, when I first heard about it before I even got there, I was like, nah. But then when I got there, it's not as bad as you're thinking. Like it's literally like. I had the time of my life. I'm ready to go back.
I know I'm going somewhere soon. I don't know where I'm going. I think I want to go to Maldives. I
think that'd be beautiful. That's one of the places I put on my bucket list.
And I want to go to Thailand too, but I just got to be careful because
somebody said they might be on some porn because they went to Temptations.
Hey, you might be. You might be.
It's wild. It's wild there. I ain't gonna lie. Like, but you have to go like on the like holidays like Memorial or Labor Day, like those type of.
That's a little too intense for me. I did have recently I was out of town. I was out of the country, and it was funny because we were on a boat ride, and this couple just sits next to me, and they're older, like they were older white people. Like he was, they were talking about their businesses and things like that, and I was like, wow, these people are so nice. Sometimes I'm like I can be a little bit naive to what's really going on. Like I can admit that by myself. But then as I was reflecting this conversation with one of my friends, he was like, yo, those people were trying to pick you up. Like you didn't peep what was going on. And I just
the
really
party with you. He was like, Mildred, do you see the size of her ass? I'll eat every drop of it.
And the man was making those kind of statements to me. So it's like, it's not like I'm unused to certain kinds of flirting or certain kinds of statements, right? So like, I'm a little bit less offended by certain ways that people come at me. Cause I know how I present. But one thing I really noticed, I was like, yo, his wife wasn't saying nothing back. Like, Oh, so this is what they do.
The only question that
They talk about the boobs cruise and the pole party in the comments. That's literally,
yeah.
oh, you just have to go. It's
Yeah.
so fun.
The only thing that bothers me that people might ask me when I'm out of the country is, what do you do for a living? That pisses me off. I believe if anybody asks you what you do for a living, that's an offensive question, because sometimes they're really asking you, what are you doing here? How could you afford to be here? So I did go away before, and I had a swim out pool in my my room, you know, swim, and it was a very private pool. So it was an older white guy. He was like, "So what do you do for a living?" I was like, "I'm a janitor." You know what I'm saying? Like, I just downplayed what I did, because I wasn't gonna say, "Well, I'm a CEO of a company." I was like, "I'm a janitor," because he's asking me that, like, "The fuck are you doing here?" Like, it's a nigger. You know what I'm saying? And a nigger chick, like. What do you mean, what do I do for a living? Nigga, you ain't even ask me my name. He's like, well, what do you do? Nah, I don't do shit. Sit around and play pocket pool all day and twiddle my thumbs and shit. You know, like, because a lot of times you have people who say condescending shit to you, and you have to pick it up. That's one thing about me from doing interviews and conversing with so many people. I can tell when you're being a fucking asshole, and I can tell when you're being condescending. And a lot of times I'll be like, you think I don't know what you're asking me? What do you do for a living? I
don't get that so much out of town in that sense, or like going out of the country, but I get that a lot, like just here. Like, there's certain places that you go where people want to qualify whether or not they should have a conversation with you. And it's like, it doesn't even really matter what I do. It doesn't mean that I'm doing it for you.
Yes. Right. Did we have, what else do we have, Davida? Did we have anything else really quick?
Well, speaking of people born on October 8th, such as myself, somebody forgot what their child's name was.
Oh, Nick Cannon. That's what I'm about to say. I mean, but if you think about someone forgetting, like, my mom used to always be like, beat it, Charlotte. Like, she'll look at me like, Charlotte. So, like, I feel like him forgetting his kid is not a big thing.
I did not think that was a big deal. And I mean, there's way less children in my family, but it's like parents do that all the time. Like you said, my mother used to always just call out a random name. She'd be like Roberta, and there's no Robertas in my family. So she'd just say a name, like, somebody come, you know.
Roberta, like, what the fuck?
She just make names up.
Like Eleanor, where's Eleanor at? Like,
and you just be like, huh? You know?
Yeah, like, but she started calling y'all like them old lady names, like, where's Myrtle, and where's like Myrtle, like, what the hell is going on? No, but my grandmother used to say, all of our names, or she used to say our names in succession, like, but if you forget, like, you don't know it, that's different.
That's different, yeah.
That's different.
I don't know. That's intense. I mean, 12 kids is a lot of kids. But yeah, my mother's a name for the random person that she would always say, like, if she's like telling a story and doesn't know how to like name check the person, she calls women Sophlonia.
What?
So she'd be like, girl, Sophlonia. I'm like, who is Sophlonia?
No, but Jordan, like, that's dead ass some old school shit. One of y'all, come here, one of y'all.
My grandmother was thingamajig. Everything was a damn thingamajig. How you do this damn thingamajig? Like, what are you talking about? You know, when you got,
you know who I'm calling.
Yeah, when you got elders from the South, the shit that come out of their mouth is just like, what are you talking about? Like, this damn thingamajig. I don't know how to work this damn doohickey. Like, what the hell is a doohickey? Like, what are you talking about? But I don't know. They're gonna be on Nick Cannon forever because the way he chose to live his life and the way he lived his life. To me, the more children, the merrier. That's not my business. I don't care. People like to say, why does he have so many children? Like, so what? Like, who cares how many children he had? Like,
but also he has too many kids to remember. Like, it's not surprising if he forget a name. Like, 12 kids is a lot to remember.
Yeah, but I mean, also like with him, the criticism for him is like all the women seem really happy with whatever the arrangement is. So that's not really our judgment call to make if everybody's happy with it.
Yeah, because we thinking everything from.
He wish he would have stayed with Mariah, so he probably wouldn't have had all those kids if he stayed with her.
But there's one thing about what he does. He never disrespects her name. That's one thing. If you see him, I've never seen him talk bad about Mariah.
But now that I think about it, Nick Cannon, you used to follow me on Instagram and then you unfollowed me too. Fuck you unfollow me for, nigga. Now I think about that.
I feel it's because Nick Cannon
we used to DM. Me and Nick Cannon used to DM each other. I used to ask him questions about shit. I could show you the DM. You know what I'm saying? And then he unfollowed me after he went through his little. Nigga, I ain't tell you to go on YouTube and interview Professor Griff. And Professor Griff ain't even say half the shit. It was you. So you got in trouble. And then you want to unfollow everybody. Probably like, nah, this nigga too black and radical. I'm going to disassociate myself with everybody. Fuck you do that for?
People do that. They go through their phases and their
on that move too, that black and radical move. So I don't understand.
But I'm not even black and radical like that no more. You know what I'm saying? Because I know you gotta move smooth. You gotta,
Like,
you know, this is where we at. It's more of doing than saying, because you got people who just got on a whole chicken suit and don't eat chicken. You know what I'm saying? So on the internet, look, on the internet, you can be whatever you want to be. That's
my issue.
Yeah, I'd rather be what I am and be what I am than to say what I am. Because when you are what you are, you don't have to say anything. It just flourishes through the screen. So we had Nick Cannon. Rest in peace to Shanquella Robinson. We discussed Jaime Foxx and his ailment. Did we have anything else?
Well, somebody just brought up, did we hear about the $1 million stolen in Philadelphia? I did see that story.
How you steal $1 million?
I was just like, yeah, how do you transport them like that? And that's a complete organized like hit, you know. And where do you cash out dimes, that many dimes? Like, where are you gonna launder that? The laundromat?
No, it's always an underground for everything. Like, yo, I'm about to steal these $1 million dimes. I'm about to steal $1 million dimes, and I'm bringing them to you. Motherfuckers be like, sure, no problem. Bring me the dimes. And you know what's funny? In today's society, change really kind of don't exist no more. That's why. Like, when the last time you got physical change? Sometimes it's been times where I went to the store and I've given them like $12 and the shit might have been like $11.42, and they be like, "Where my change at? What the fuck you think I'm?" Because now they have something where they're saying, "Do you want to round it off?" Did you see that yet? They have that on the.
Oh yeah, the round.
Yeah, the round off shit. I don't want to round up nothing. Get the sim mines in.
I don't carry cash, so like Apple Pay me, please.
That's what I'm saying. And they be like, "Do you want to give $1 to the kids?"
Absolutely. Are they going to really give the $1 to the kids? I don't trust nothing that I don't see.
Absolutely not. I'm not going to do that. We're not going to give the kids anything, and it'll be automated and shit. So we. I think we covered everything. Did y'all have something else?
I think we pretty much covered everything.
Oh, they got the Cash App killer too. Which, fuck you gonna kill a nigga?
Oh yeah, but I mean, I think anybody who heard that story, this was something straight out of like a villain movie. You knew that was a hit, you know. And there was a reason for that. That's not random, you know, for someone like that to pass away.
Well, I think soon we're going to see why it happened, because I think anybody who happens to own those financial institutions, they just been lately getting harmed. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody came for you talking about who is this stunt double, because they're not used to seeing you without shades.
I ain't feel like wearing shades today. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. And Cash App is okay with me, because it's funny. And I want to say this before we close. One thing that we have to stop doing is just always rushing to judgment on everything. We don't let nothing play out. We get excited and then we just run on the internet and fearmonger. And you know, people be like, "Take all your money out your Cash App," and I'm like, fam, he probably is the founder, might even be the CEO. But that doesn't mean he runs the day-to-day operations of Cash App. Cash App is definitely gonna outlast anybody who owns it, because it just doesn't go under like that. When Steve Jobs died, Apple is still here. So you know, it's just a lot of times we just always scared of everything. Anything that happens, one thing we get, I'd be like, listen, until I see the white people start taking their money out Cash App and say do it, I ain't doing nothing. Stop being scared of every damn thing.
I mean, not even just Cash App. Like, I think just the rush to, like, I remember even during, like, at the peak of the pandemic, I knew people that were like cashing out their 401ks because the financial market had dipped so bad. And I'm like, that's not the kind of thing that you do. Like, with something like a 401k, that's a long-term investment vehicle. So it's like, I was like, yo, y'all, come on, relax. Like, give it some time. Like, things will be back up.
I remember the pandemic. We were talking about, I knew from the health standpoint, some of the things that strengthens your immune system. And people was like, you got to boost your immune system. I was like, y'all so stupid. You don't boost your immune system. There is no such thing as boosting your immune system. Something has to compromise your immune system, and then you boost it. If there's nothing that compromises it, you can't just, it's nothing that's going to boost it because your immune system is going to go into overdrive and say, what am I working this hard for? Nothing is in danger. That's what your white blood cells is for and different things. So what I said was, okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to Walmart and I'm going to get a lot of fruit. I seen the oranges, I seen the lemons, I seen all of this fruit rich in vitamin C, watermelons and all that. That's what I bought. Man, I seen niggas with mad steaks and tissues and all that shit. I was just, and then I seen people going up to vitamins doing like this. I'm like, if you don't know what you're looking for, just leave.
Yeah.
And then he was like, take a lot of vitamin C. Take a lot. I'm like, damn, niggas is stupid, man. Like, all you got to do.
It's not gonna help you.
All you got to do is just sit
right
your
away.
ass down somewhere and shut up. That's the thing, because it obviously was inevitable, right? Because many of us took the precautions. We had on fucking gloves. We was outside dressed like astronauts. Yeah, wrapped up and shit. And some of us still caught it. So it wasn't that. It was no preventive methods. But if you did have a compromised immune system, then it was going to harm you. And then people didn't know what to do after the fact. You know, they was like, I can't smell, so I'm not going to eat. Okay, so you're going to just wither away, you know? It was...
That gets you more sick, obviously.
Yeah, niggas was smoking and shit, talking about there was a smoker, you was alcohol. I'm like, yo, listen, man. Because I had, when I caught it, I caught the early, it was the first wave that unfortunately took a lot of people out. Then it was a second wave.
Yeah, and I think that's the wave that like a lot of people got sick and we didn't know why. Everybody was sick that January. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So then the second one happened, and that's the one I caught. And I remember I'd never been that hot in my life. Like, yo.
I know. When I caught it, I was so mad. I'm like, I avoided it this whole time.
Yeah.
I got
it.
But when you caught it though,
January, but I don't know that to the best of my knowledge, I don't know that I've ever really had COVID.
When I caught it, I knew I had it. I was like, yo, the kid just don't feel good. Like it just felt like
weak,
and then I was forcing myself to eat because I'm like, nah, I'm not withering away. But then I had so much products that I already had. I already had the elderberry. I already had that. So what I was able to do was, you know, just take some of the stuff and, you know, let my body fight. I wouldn't take the aspirin and stuff either too. I just didn't let my temperature. If my temperature spiked, I would take something to bring it down. But it was like, take it every time. I'm like, no, like your body has to fight. That's what your body is for.
That's what I'm saying. Like I hate like the idea of, especially like if you get if you have like a surgery or anything like that. Like I had a surgery once and they gave me Percocets, I think it was, or something.
Yeah, you would have.
And I was like, I can't take, like, I need to know how I'm feeling. I got to work through this pain. Like I got to know what's going on with me. And taking stuff to mask the pain and just to be, you know, sitting there like a vegetable, it's not going to help me because I won't know I won't know how to get over it.
Yeah.
Like when I got it, I was so mad I had it, but I'm happy I got it with my parents. Like I was mad because of my mom's immune system. I didn't want to be around her, but I was also happy I was home because they had some shit. I'm like, how you get all this shit? They took care of me. I was so happy.
And the only thing about it that's bothersome, the fact that you have to be quarantined. The goddamn loneliness you develop from that shit. I was like, because I was asking people, they was like, yo, man, I felt lonely as hell. Because there's a difference between not fucking with nobody and nobody not fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between saying, you know what, fuck everybody. There's a difference between everybody like, because people really was treating you like you was going to turn into a zombie after a while. Like, I remember going to Aldi, the way this dude was dodging me, and I'm like, yo, fam, calm down, man. Like, you don't get it like that. Like, yo, he literally, I was coming down the aisle, he was coming, I'm like, yo, fam, calm down. Like, you ready to climb a fucking tree to get away from me. Like, it don't work like that.
I'm trying to get that shit. I wouldn't come near people. People Lysol.
None of that shit worked, man. People was like, don't touch the wall, don't touch nothing. I'm like, listen, man, it is what it is. But
I will say this, like I do still suffer from a type of anxiety. Like when I go in the city, like I really can't be in the city without and I'm not like, you know, I'm not anti-mask, wherever anybody wants to go. Like there's just certain things. Like if I get on the subway, I gotta put them because people are dirty. And then when I'm in the city, I just get so much anxiety with people, and people are like, coughing without covering their mouths. So there's a level to that COVID kind of helped me kind of protect myself that I think maybe I was a little bit like ignorant to before.
Yeah, I don't wear mask anymore under no circumstances. I'm not wearing no fucking mask. I don't care where I'm at. I don't care what I'm doing. I'm not putting no mask on. That shit is over. I'm not walking around here looking like fucking Zorro.
Plane, and I wear on the train. Any public transportation, I don't.
Anything like that, yeah. If it's a public transportation situation, I tend to I will wear a mask. But I don't know. I get really kind of freaked out. But I mean, I wanted to, kind of touch on your point too. And that made so much sense to me because I'm very used to being in my own type of an isolation and being by myself. But I saw what you're saying too, where it's like, even when I'm by myself, when COVID forced us to be by ourselves, that took a toll on me too. Because it's like, I'd like to be around something. Mm-hmm. Then you go outside and it's like, I am legend. So it was a lot.
Outside. I thought it was in the air.
I loved it though, because I remember it was just nobody outside. The air was clean, the streets, and I'm like, see me, I'm a realist, so I was outside like, there is no way you're going to tell me I'm going to catch something by touching this fucking tree. I just refuse. Like, I'm just more of a discernment, common sense person. Like, don't touch nothing. And I'm like, so if I have on gloves and then I touch something and then I touch something with the gloves, well, I just gave that shit that. We was coming in the house, we was spraying groceries, and I'm like, man, this shit don't make no. I'm like, yo, something is not right. And then somehow, some way, the shit just went away. So that's the part and they was like, oh, it's because everybody did this and that because we can't say that word. I'm like, I don't believe that. It's just some shit that I don't believe. We had this happen with the Spanish flu. It's just been waves in the world where things happen and then they create shit. You know what I'm saying? And then you have motherfuckers saying all types of shit. It's the towers, it's this. And this is the motherfuckers that eat from the microwave. So I'm like, yo, hold on. I'm fucking confused. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm confused. But this is the Beef from Broccoli show. Make sure you follow this on Instagram as well, Facebook as well. Just look up the Beef from Broccoli show. The audios will be available soon. We're working on that. And make sure you subscribe to the YouTube as well, the Beef from Broccoli show.
Subscribe.
You can
live there.
Let me ask you something. Can you talk about the president now, Davida? You can, right? It's okay? Because remember you couldn't talk about the president before? Mm-hmm. I just want to ask you, what's wrong? What's wrong with your president?
Davida. We're not going to drag that out because that's too long of a conversation.
No, just saying, like, do y'all stay, like, do y'all watch the clips? Like,
no, he's like really like having quite a senile moment.
I'm feeling like Sleepy Joe right now. I ain't gonna lie.
She's having a senile moment. No, Davida just wants some chicken meat tonight. That's really what it's all about. So she's trying to get off here. She trying to get her drawers bust. Just keep it tall. Just let the whole world know. I
am.
She got her dude come up to my. I'm sleepy.
No, I cooked my man some lamb chops and some scallops. I'm trying to eat dinner.
Dinner? You supposed to eat already?
It's a little late, but
dinner is already over. All right, y'all.
I do want to say something.
Do it at 8 o'clock and it's 10 o'clock.
I do want to say something that Lisa brought up, and she was saying you're not meant to breathe your own breath. I think about that too, because if you actually are sickly, you're just like recycling this air in the mask. That's not healthy for you too. And to some extent, I know that there's a lot of people that when they died, like there was no real mystery to it. Like, just because somebody looks healthy doesn't mean that they are, So when you say somebody died of COVID, that's not really telling the whole story.
Yeah, you don't die of it. You die from the complications. It's like saying somebody died from AIDS. You don't die. The AIDS doesn't kill you. It's the complications of AIDS that you die from.
Exactly. And I think that was what was being missed a lot, is that people were not, so to your point, people were not taking care of themselves in some cases, or just maybe didn't even know what they had, a lot of people died though, and it was very, very sad. So
yeah. All right, y'all. So this is the Beef and Broccoli show. Until next week, we out of here. Oh, and follow me on social media. I'm Doggie Down, but y'all don't be fucking following me.
Y'all don't know what happened. Yeah, follow me at Coco Puff. Also, my YouTube channel, Coco TV.
Yeah. They don't listen though. We tell them to do shit, they don't listen.
Nobody
Don't
listens.
fucking listen. They just follow me there.
They follow these.
They tell them to follow you and they look at it and don't do it. Like, why you don't click the goddamn button? You don't listen.